We are fighting to remove RSE from the mandatory element of the Curriculum Bill 2020. What does that mean? That means we are fighting to remove the sex education from the compulsory part of the curriculum, okay? What this bill does, it takes away your parental right over it, okay? You no longer have a say. A lot of people think that's okay because of how it's been brought in under the umbrella of relationship and sexuality education. A lot of people think that's great because they think it's for teenagers and things like that. When in actual fact, this legislation will start from age 3. Okay, so the legislation will start from age 3 and is always going to be there. So what's the problem with this? Well, the problem with this is, like I said, it's part of a global rollout. So if you refer to the RSE draft 2019 and look on page 4, you will see the direct connection between our Welsh draft and the global rollout. That is the direct connection there, okay? What does this bill do? Well, it takes away your rights. It takes away your rights and your say. And by doing that, if you object, you are breaching your child's sexual and reproductive rights. That is correct. Our children have sexual and reproductive rights. You need to read them. The reason why I'm putting this video out is because the petitions in Cardiff Bay are very limited to how much information you can put on for a start, and also what you can say in it. Now, we've had some problems. Obviously, we've tried to give you the information of the 242 schools who piloted the sexual stimulation from children as young as 4 in 2018. Well, that is not allowed on a Senedd petition because sexual stimulation in 242 schools is apparently inappropriate for a government petition, but it's okay to be taught in the classrooms. Okay, so the links to the bondage books were not allowed, okay, because it's bondage, but it's okay to have in a nursery, right? And the one that really annoyed me was the children's sexual rights. We put that link in for you to read exactly what your children's sexual and reproductive rights are. Well, with that, when we clicked on the link that they replaced it with, it took us to something completely different, the Centre for Reproductive Rights, which is nothing at all to do with it. Okay, it pretties up this, and it made our petition look like, well, it made a mockery of it. Okay, so obviously I've hit the roof. And I've demanded that it's removed. So they have removed our link, but what they've done with it, they've taken the information as well. They've taken away the statement about your child's sexual and reproductive rights, okay? So what they are doing now, they are withholding information from you, vital information that you need. So they've left the petition in a little bit of a mess, and that's why I'm forced now to put out this video, because of this, right? So it's really important now that you understand exactly what's going on here. We are involved now, local government, I'm not sure any of them actually know what's going on, because we've had freedom of information requests, we've had correspondence with them. They either don't know about this global rollout or they are complicit, okay? This global rollout sexualizes children and it fails to safeguard them. It encourages children. Well, the first document says that it wants children, it's the World Health Organization document, and it expects children to start to be sexually educated from birth, okay? So that includes sexual stimulation, pleasure, consent. Consent is rape. So the document that our draft is directly linked to is the UNESCO document, so which is the updated version now, right? And with this updated version, children are encouraged to exercise their rights. They're encouraged to exercise their rights, okay? So which will include their sexual rights, their bodily rights. You need to read this stuff, okay? You need to read all these links and all these connections, because we are going down a slippery slope here, guys, okay, with these children. And if we fail to prevent this now, then we have failed them, okay? Because these children are going to be locked in local authority. Now, even the children suffering intrafamiliar abuse, okay? These documents are telling children to differentiate between good and bad secrets. They are telling children where they can't behave in this manner. Now, for me, they read like models of offending. And someone said to me, what is a model of offending? Well, a model of offending is a process offender goes through to carry out their crime. So in one instance, it would be get the parents out the way. Well, this legislation does that. So to me, that's the first part of model of offending, you know. And then they read the barriers to disclosure. What are the barriers to disclosure? Well, like I said, a child now who is being abused at home would usually sometimes they behave like that towards another child or another adult. Well, the thing is now, if this is being taught in school and normalised in school, that child now, that's a barrier to disclosure, okay? That's closed the door on a spontaneous disclosure there, right? So that's the child from that perspective. What about a child that's in the system then? That's in a children's home, or that's even being abused at school, right? Where do they turn? They can't turn at home, well, because at the end of the day, they're being taught that in school anyway, so the teacher's not doing nothing wrong. But what about the children that's trapped in the system? The children that get called liars. So they're sexually abused, they go into care, and because they're vulnerable, they get abused there as well. But they're liars because they're broken children. This stuff is a reality, okay? And what this legislation is doing now, this legislation is trapping these kids in this world of sex, of sexualization, with the parents out of the way. Now, we're not saying all parents are angels, but we certainly know that the institution is not angels as well. So we are not going to close doors on these kids, okay? There is need for sex education. There's need for sexual safeguarding education. There's need for more training, okay? Everybody needs education, especially the teachers, especially the social services, especially the people dealing with these issues, all right? So this is what this is about. We need our legislation gone now. And then we'll talk policy later on. So like I said, that's the point of this video now, is because they are withholding information from you. They are preventing us from giving you that information. So what I want you to do is, I want you to save this video. Don't share it. I want you to save it. I want you to copy and paste the links or write something of your own, okay? And I want you to get this out there with the petition, guys, all right? Because if you share in my video gets removed, then it's gone, isn't it? But if this comes off your own profile, right, we can get this information out there further. And like I said, I will put the links in, whether they upload or not. Some having problems uploading stuff, I don't know. But the most important thing is, right, get this video out there with this petition, because they are preventing us providing you with the full picture, all right? And that is not fair, okay, guys? And even just based on that, the fact that they've done that, you should sign this just based on that. Do you know what I mean? Why have they done that? Because nobody can prove this wrong. Nobody can prove this wrong, because this is not an opinion, this is a fact. Okay, so page 4 of the Welsh draft RSE draft 2019. Page 4 says refer to UNESCO. All right, UNESCO document, page 2 tells you straight up this part of Global Sexuality Agenda 2020. These are not my words. I did not write these documents, but I am quite clued up. I'm quite well educated in criminology and in education policy, all right? So I know how to read these documents. I'm highly trained in child sex abuse and exploitation. It is my passion, all right? So what I'm seeing here is the truth, and nobody can prove it wrong, because I've even ripped apart the research that they're using, okay? It's a load of nonsense. It does not suit our country and is not coming to our country. But like I said, there's only so much we can do. We are being prevented from giving you everything, right? You need to step up now and say, hang on a minute. No, sign it, guys. Sign this petition and get somebody else to sign it, right? Even if you don't believe it, like I said, try and prove it wrong. And if you can't prove us wrong, sign. Sign. Because in 10 weeks, not a single person have proven us wrong yet, guys, right? The kids need us, and they're trying to control what information you get, all right? We are just passing on information, but they are trying to prevent this. So, guys, read, click, sign, everything, spread, get it out there, guys, right? Because I've had enough of this nonsense now. We all need to act, right? Go for it.